All right, this is KaotiK Crypto, where tyranny is defied. So we're going to take a quick look at the markets. We're going to see what the indicators are showing us. We are getting a pump right now in the crypto land, but I'm not too convinced either way if this is going to be what gets us out of this kind of bearish kind of consolidation. We are in a falling kind of a wedge right now. If we do break above this line of resistance at about 27.5 and really get going, then maybe retest and bounce, and then I think we are going to be looking pretty good for the rest of the year. But being that Bitcoin and the markets, we're hitting resistance, some of it's very possible that we keep on consolidating, or we fall all the way down to 20K, and then something like that. And it would kind of suck. Not trying to rain on anybody's parade, but this is something we have to be prepared for, because overall that would create a giant Adam and Eve pattern. It would be a big double W pattern, which W's always end up being very bullish. That would put us, let's see if I can draw that a little bit better. We'll do like an Elliott wave kind of count to show a little bit better what I think is going to happen in the time frame that we're thinking. So, okay, do Elliott wave, and I may even just confirm what I just did, but this is kind of like my worry. So we'll say this is a corrective wave ABC. So far we've had that, there, and there. That'd be the corrective wave that I'm thinking would happen. Right? So, and then we go into an impulse wave. And it'd probably be the second impulse wave of 3 that will happen, because Elliott waves always happen in, usually 5s or 3s. The 3s are corrective, the 5s are the main impulse of the whole situation. It's kind of interesting. See us do, okay, we'll do an impulse wave, okay. So from this point, we come up. Let's see how I want to do this. You come up, retest down. It'd be a pretty ugly retest if it went down like that, but this is just what I'm thinking could happen. Maybe, something like that. And then we get another push up. This takes us to, the problem is the time frames, so I'm trying to see where the time frames are. It would be a push up into March, April, May. I think it would take us to these lows. And you may even overshoot too. So then May, get a retest down to August, July, and then maybe one more, getting close to all-time highs. I don't want to say it's going to go to all-time highs, but this is something that clearly could happen. Something like that. And then we get another corrective wave, which would probably go, something like that, into the real bull market, which would be, this is highly speculative. This is usually how it works. So this would be the second wave. This is wave 1 of the giant wave. Like, it'd be 3 counts for the whole bull market. So wave 1, wave 2, and this third wave will be a little bit more serious, right? So we come up. We first want to go all the way up to there, pull back to here. We take out my time period. I'm trying to fix my time periods here. Sorry. So we come up, probably retake our highs here, correct. See, this is the problem that I'm having, is the time frame here. because by 225 we're already in the bear market, so that doesn't really work. So my corrective pattern needs to be recharged. So it'll be an ABC, be a quicker. See, that doesn't work either. So the problem I'm running into is the waves aren't going to make as much sense. But it's also because of TradingView, and I'm still trying to get used to how these kind of work. So it might be more something like this. And then we'd have our corrective wave back down. $20.24, and then we get our another wave up, maybe. Okay. Yeah. Just had to correct really our Elliott wave sequence. So now we get one more impulse for the rest of the bull market. So it'll probably come up. Take this out to March, and then all-time highs. July, correct. And then where do we go? Oh my God. Damn it. Sorry. I'm going to have to switch this. Did not mean for that to happen. And where are we going to go? I mean, I'm thinking ends December 2025 at 148, 150. And that would be the end, right? Maybe it happens more like this, and this falls back on here. You get one more push up. That'd be something like what this bull market's going to run. I'll see if I can actually keep this here, because I'm kind of curious. But honestly, we probably still have another 6 months of consolidation before we start getting out of this program. So that's pretty much what I'm trying to show. And within this situation, it does still look like we could get a big pullback. And that would also make sense with the regular U.S. markets. You know, I think that just makes the most sense. So this is sort of my expectation. We may not get to 150. I mean, I think 110 or 120K. There's one guy who says he thinks it's just going to go like 80K, 70 to 80K. Certainly possible. I don't think, if you take a look at this whole thing, you know, kind of how we're rounding off. Let's see if we can do an indicator here or some kind of date and price range. I don't know if that would actually work. That's not going to be what we need. But yeah, basically, this is something that I'm kind of thinking may happen. I mean, we still have a ways to go. But more sideways is probably expected. On the stochastic RSI, we are fully recharged pretty much, and we got a stochastic RSI cross on the weekly up with some momentum. So, you know, we could start moving up pretty quickly, possibly. But I will say that if we get this big pull down, I think the bear market's going to last a little bit longer. But if we do come up and consolidate and start bringing up, we are possibly looking at like bigger numbers than 100 and 120K for Bitcoin. So these are things to just take in account of. If we fall down, it's going to take longer to consolidate, but we'll have a stronger structure. Right. All right, we're going to take a look at the open interest if we can. Let's see. Here we go. And this is on Crypto Crown's channel. It's like his network, but basically, yeah, very low volume, not a whole lot of selling volume. Kind of mediocre in the global interest. I mean, I'd like to see this further down, 5 and 6 trillion or billion open interest, but meh. Fear and greed index is a little bit heated. I'd rather see that a little bit lower. That's what I'm thinking. We get another pullback. I mean, I hate to say it, but I think that's just the most common thing to happen. I think the U.S. markets are a little overheated, and I think Jerome Powell and what's her face, Janet Yellen, came out today saying that she doesn't see any problem with the U.S. economy. And the way she said it is like, wow, we're gonna like they're saying just what they said before with inflation. Like we're gonna have another hard time. I think it's gonna be rough. I really think it's gonna be rough. But we'll see. We'll see. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope they're right. They're rarely right, though. On the this is a little bit of positive news. On the Heikinashi, we're getting some a green candle here. Now, with the VPVR volume profiles here, we got to take these things out for us to really start looking bullish. And that's at 29, 30K. That's going to cause some definitely resistance. We're at resistance right now at 27. It's interesting that usually when you get one or two of these, especially if it closes strong, we get another green blip, we might have some positive action, but trying to take 30K over is going to be tough. So we may hit 30K and then fall back down to the 23K level, which is my kind of one of my big targets. My Elliott Wave program I was going over at the beginning of this channel, it was a pretty bearish maneuver. I mean, I think that's the worst case scenario, but we have to be prepared for all things. And regardless, we're going to get some good price entries here if that happens. Getting back in 20K, it's going to be amazing for collecting on some of those profits or edging into the markets. I mean, look, Atom really rose up. I didn't see that it did that today. Wow. Okay. Well, Atom's looking a little bit better. It got pretty pummeled there. The 1 year's for $15 all the way down. It's been a rough run for some of these coins. Tron, people try to talk crap about it, but honestly, it's still here and it's still pumping along. Ton is the Twitter thing. I'm not as familiar with it. It seems to be doing very well, though. I'm kind of curious of the Coinbase, I think it's called. I want to take a look at that. But Solana, I think, is the Ethereum of this cycle. I think that Solana might hit $1,000 or something like that. So I think that's going to be a good one to accumulate. Filecoin, absolutely. Data storage, decentralized data storage is going to be if it's not a narrative this one, it's going to be the narrative next one. GRT, HBAR, I mean, these are all key movers. And everyone's like, oh, well, the coins that are moving right now aren't going to be the ones at the top of the next market. Well, that's possible, but because I don't think there's just that many new coins that are going to be coming out this next go around, because the economy and the market's been pummeled so hard that I don't see a lot of new money coming. I think we're going to have a recycling of the coins that really are doing something, and you'll see those shine. I'm sure we'll have some new coins come in at some point, but I don't think we're going to get we got this kind of coin. I think the infrastructure and the ecosystem of crypto has really it's matured a lot, and of course there will be new companies and new projects, but I think all the ones that are there they're kind of established. It's like I imagine when the stock market first opened, the first 10 or 20 years, whatever. I mean, it's just been stock markets in the medieval times too, but I mean, I'm sure initially it was just hundreds and hundreds and thousands of companies. And then, after a certain time, 10 or 20 years, you're probably going to it's going to have a steady, incline and increase in companies over time, but it's not going to be, you're not going to be getting thousands of companies every year after a certain point. I think that's how some coins, you're not going to be getting thousands of different projects. So unless it's people create different coins, which that could happen, but they're not going to be, that's probably going to be a separate ecosystem in itself. Ranting a little bit, but just thinking aloud. I think a lot of the coins, the strong coins now will still be contenders, and there may be one or two that pop up in the next cycle, but we'll see. XRP for sure. Link is going to be doing. Oh, Link's really running. I really haven't seen. It looks like the altcoins are breaking out a bit. And these are pretty big. These are big percentage gains here. VE chain. Yeah, I mean, like these are definitely solid gains here. So render. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's gonna be exciting. I mean, a year from now, we're gonna be jumping up and down like stoked, and then 2 years from now, we're gonna be like, be really stoked, hopefully, and then hopefully getting out. I mean, by 2025, you're gonna be wanting to take profits, myself included. I do not want to mess this up. So let's see what else we got going on. I wanted to look at token metrics. I do have an account here. Let's see. I want to see all that. Yeah, so the bull and bear market, 11%. I mean, you can look at the one crypto fear and greed index that everyone uses is this the alternative.me. I think this is kind of a dated way. But we did come down to 30. I think this is 30, I think. And it's not 40, it's 30. But, like, that's pretty far down. I mean, that's kind of a test. We could get another big blip down for sure. But to me, that's on the graph. I think we may have had enough pain. But let's take a look back at token metrics. Because I think this one's a little bit more accurate. For me, this is what the whole crypto market feels like. Sad and depressing, 11%. Bearable. I mean, I think it's everything. We're still in bearish territory. Look, we don't have any big green areas. It's been very, very red. It's like, we were getting into some kind of altcoin season there for a second. Let's go back into the doldrums. Low volatility. What is that? Theta Fuel. I think Theta might start. I think Theta and LivePeer are the streaming cryptos. I think they're going to do both pretty well. Krypton.0. I've never heard of that. Let's take a look at some of these outliers. Flow. And if you don't want to be one of these, STP, not familiar with that. Hit Fi-Fi. Yeah, I don't know. I was just kind of worried though. With Janet Yellen coming out today, trying to give us confidence. I'm like, bro, markets are about to go down. I hate it when she talks. Yeah, let's take a look at the lower time frame. See what we're seeing here. 4 hours, a little topped out. Maybe a little bit of recharge. 4 hours isn't so great for trading, but we got a pretty big rejection candle. I don't like that. I really don't. Daily is exhausted. That's unfortunate. So daily RSI looks like it wants to cross down. Yeah, I'm really thinking we're gonna fall on down. Readjusting some of this stuff. That makes sense. It's going to be interesting to see if my little thing plays out. I want to try to keep it there. 1 hour. Yeah, I think we might get another big pullback. But, it might take a little longer, more consolidation. But, if, we get some good news, we pop out of this thing and, things change. But it's not looking terribly great. And with the fear and greed index being so high, I just think we're going to fall down. Sorry to say it. But that's going to be it for me today. I'm just going to sign off here, and we'll try to do this again tomorrow. It was good chatting. Thank you for stopping by. Click the like, subscribe, leave a comment below. I'll take any suggestions that anyone has. And thanks again. Peace.